Hello, welcome to the Hilo Kiro channel. It's Saturday, May 7th, 2011. Today I'm going to be doing a video on the Kershaw Ken Onion Rainbow Leek. The Rainbow Leek is a locking, folding knife. Okay, a lock blade folding knife. It has this rainbow colored appearance, thus the name Rainbow Leek, that they use a process of running electricity through a titanium oxide coating, and that's what gives it that rainbow effect. Now that's very simplified, but at least hopefully that'll give you some idea of what's done there. Let me see, for starters too, comes with this handy little case. Now honestly, my knife here, which I've had for several years, has spent a great deal of its time in that case because I'm scared of either damaging it or losing it. And either one, I really don't want to do because I like it that much. This is a very, very nice knife. And one thing I'll mention as far as the color, but if you're not too crazy about the rainbow color, they do have different colors that you can get this knife in. As a matter of fact, Kershaw makes several different knives that have the speed safe opening design. There's a torsion bar in here that enables this knife to open with just a tiny little flick, which we'll get into more in a minute. And that's where they come up with this speed safe opening. The speed, obviously, because let me show you something. Bam! Pretty speedy, huh? See how I whacked that case out of the way? That is a fast knife. Now, as far as the safe, let me see. I'm not a big fan of using the thumb stud. Every time I use that thumb stud, my thumb goes down like so, and I feel like I'm going to cut myself. I haven't yet, but I always feel like I'm going to, so I'm not crazy about the thumb stud. However, look at that. Get your little finger grooves there. This is my fingernail, okay? Watch this. Keep your finger, make sure the rest of my hand's out of the way, and bam! That's sweet. That's the way I open this knife. Takes almost no effort. Now, I suppose if you're someone that maybe you have arthritis or something, I mean, I can see certain conditions someone could have where this type of a design would almost be a necessity. But for most of us, it's just cool. Okay, let's be honest. Being able to open a knife like that is just cool. And in most areas, it's legal. It kind of falls into a different category than switchblades, although they both open, arguably just as fast. There are differences in the mechanism, and that's why this is a little more acceptable and legal than a switchblade. Now, there's tons of laws that pertain to every knife for that matter. I mean, whatever knife you are considering carrying, make sure you check the laws of your area because there's tons of them on the books, and you don't want to end up in the back of a police car because you thought it was legal. Okay, so make sure that whatever knife you're carrying, that you're within the legalities of your area. Okay. Anyway, now let me just jump to one thing real quick that I think is super important. I mentioned this knife has a safety on it. Okay. Now let me show you how this works. Well, let me backtrack just a little bit. Your lock here is a liner lock. Okay, which, if you notice, you just push over a little bit, it releases your blade. Now, here's your safety. You push that down, and your safety's on. and you push it up, the safety's off. Now, I'm going to put that back on for a second. Folks, you know, I'm sure there's plenty of people that don't see the need for a safety on a knife, okay? And look at this as just, you know, something kind of cool, little bells and whistles with no real purpose. But let me show you something. Look at that blade. Okay? Folks, let me tell you something. You don't want this knife accidentally opening in your pocket, okay? Trust me. So, if you purchase one of these, seriously consider using the safety, okay? Now, the clip here, you can put that on either end. Let me close it for a second here. Put my safety on, okay? Now, the clip right now is on the knife in a tip-up carry. The tip of the blade is facing up. Okay? You can switch that to the opposite end and carry it in a tip down. Now, what you can't do is put it on the other side. So for people that are left-handed, that might kind of bum them out a little bit, but you know, it doesn't have that option of being ambidextrous, okay? It is a 440A stainless blade. Let me open this again. I just love doing that. The blade itself is 3 inches long, okay? That 3 inches, usually if you have a knife that's where the blade is 3 inches or under, you're usually, I stress that word usually, safe legally in most areas, but once again, you know, double check that. The overall length of the knife is 4 inches, so it's big enough to carry as an effect, you know, to be an effective pocket knife and used for the typical things you would use a pocket knife for. But it's not too big, all right, and it's not too heavy. The edges are very smooth. It's got that worn bar of soap feel to it. Not too many sharp edges. There maybe your thumb studs, of course the pocket clip, but the vast majority of the knife is very smooth. In fact, I suppose if you wanted to, you could maybe take the clip off, possibly even the thumb stud, and you would eliminate most of your sharp edges. Now, you know, whether or not you'd want to do all that, it's up to you. If you are contemplating buying this knife, let me show you one other little selling point here. Can you see that, folks? Made in the USA. Now, there's not a whole lot of anything made in the USA anymore. So that may be a selling point in and of itself. Anyway, there you have it. I think I've covered just about everything on this knife. And hopefully, if you are considering one, this video has been helpful to you. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.